just couldn't wait to share it with you. I got the job. I got the job. I got the job. And I got my second shot too. It's a good week. Hi friends, welcome to the Lori Lulu Crochet Podcast, episode 58. My name is Lori. I live in the Chicago suburbs with my husband Ryan and our two cats, Dixie and Daisy. And I love to crochet, and I love to knit, and I love to sew. And you can find all that lovely, yummy goodness on Instagram and Ravelry. All my social media links are down below in the description box, as well as my email, which is lorilulu327@gmail.com, and also my blog, which is lorilulu at lorilulu.blogspot.com, I believe. And all my show notes will be located on my blog, so any patterns, yarns that I talk about, all of that is there on in the blog. Anyway, as you can tell, I feel a little discombobulated. One, because I got the job. Yay! So yeah, I got the call on Wednesday. Today is Sunday. So Wednesday, my phone rang. It's at work. Saw it was Elam. I'm like, oh boy. And then she's just going on like, yeah, we heard that you were interested, da 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 da, all this stuff. And it's like, okay, did I get the job or not? Just tell me. And she's like, if you're still interested in it, we'd love to offer it to you. Yes, I do want it. So, this is my last week at the CPA office. And actually, tax season ends tomorrow, so perfect timing. Yeah, so next podcast that I do, I will have a new job. So, those of you who are new, I work at a CPA office. It is in another town about 40 miles south of here, so my commute is quite long, and I've done that for 3.5 years now, and just can't keep it up. Just can't. And then I got the flat tire on the interstate, and it's like, yeah, no, I'm not doing this anymore. But that job, like, I've always said that God gave me that job. He wrapped it up in nice pretty paper, put a nice pretty bow on it. Here, Lori, this is for you. It came at a time when I really needed it. Of course, the pay increase was a blessing. And then just actually being treated like a regular human being, treated with respect. Like a normal human, other than the other jobs that I've had. It's like, it's so what I needed. Plus, you have, after tax season's over, there's not a lot to do, so I have plenty of crochet and knitting time. So yeah, that job was a blessing, and I am truly grateful for it. This one, though, this job is actually just down the street. I can walk to work. And it's so funny because Ryan would just get so mad, like, why didn't you ask them how much it is? Like, we need to know so we can, he wants to start budgeting and all that stuff. I was like, because it wasn't important to me. Like, for me, the only thing that I was worried about was, one, it's a company that I really like. It's a school for special needs. I greatly, admire that field. 2, it's a job that sounds really interesting, something I'd like to try. And then it's down the road. We'll be saving so much money on gas and car maintenance. Doesn't really matter. And so on Friday, was it Friday or Thursday? I got the official offer letter and it gave me my salary. And it's more than what I make now. And I was just like, okay. Like, this is another blessing. Like, great. So I messaged Ryan. He's like, oh my gosh. Now, he also works at this school. He works in with adults with special needs. So he's actually like a teacher. I will be working in administrative, in the administrative sense. Like, I'll be working with donors and all that. So, yeah. It'll be interesting. So, and my building is like right next door to his, so we'll be able to see each other. Although he has to start a half an hour earlier than I do. And then I work an hour later than he does, which I'm not sure how that works. But anyway, maybe I get an hour for lunch, whereas he only gets half an hour. I don't know. We'll see. But I guess I'm going to have my own office. Like, I haven't even been over to the building yet, obviously because pandemic. And when they're open, I'm already on my way to my other job. So I will have a lot to talk about in the next episode. I will say though, my crochet production probably will go down. As I have a feeling I'm going to be very busy at work. There's not going to be a lot of downtime, which is fine. Like, if I have stuff to do, I'll be alright. But yeah, there's not going to be a lot of knitting and crocheting done at work, if at all. So, also this week, I got my second shot of the vaccine, so yay! I don't know if I mentioned this before the last time, but I got the Moderna shot, which I was really hoping I'd get the Moderna one because that's the one that Dolly Parton helped fund. So yeah, I was very excited about that. Like, Dolly Parton helped me get better or prevent me from getting sick. Yay! Last time I didn't have any side effects. Other than the sore arm. Although in the middle of the night after I got it, I woke up in the middle of the night. It's like, okay, is this a fever or is this a hot flash? I don't know. So I said that to the pharmacist and he kind of chuckled. He's like, well, I've never heard that one before. But I will tell you, this second dose did a number on me. That's for, And I really didn't have it as bad as, like, my husband got it pretty bad. Both times. Yeah, I was miserable on Friday. Just not feeling good at all. Just, like, let me just lay down and sleep. But got better. And then I'd already planned to go see my parents, anyway, and so we had a double reason to go celebrate, because, I'm not fully vaccinated until 2 weeks after the shot, but I'm almost there. I got the new job, so we decided to really celebrate. Ryan couldn't go because there were things that needed to be done around here, and he has to write a sermon for church today. So it was just me. We went up to see my parents, and I was kind of worried if I was even going to be able to go because I was feeling so horrible Friday night. So I woke up Saturday, just kind of took my time. Okay, I'm feeling better. I think I'll be okay. But I will say, I was very disappointed because all these people got stickers saying that they got vaccinated. And so, but I didn't get one. So I decided to order myself a pin. Let me show you. So this is from Sherry T Design on Etsy. and because I'm a history buff and all that, I decided I needed to get one that had the plague doctor on it, so it says vaccinated. It'll focus. You can kind of see him. He's kind of blurry though. So yeah, the plague doctor. The original PPE, right? It's a lot bigger than I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was just gonna be a small little enamel pin, but it's a pretty good size. So I'm very excited about that. Don't know where I'm gonna put it, but hey, I've got it. And then I think that's it for life stuff. The only other like administrative thing that I want to talk about was I'd ask what should I do with Billy, and only one person responded, and that's Roseanne. So Roseanne, if you want her, message me. My email address, lorilulu327@gmail.com, and message me your address and I will send her to you. So yeah, this is the Billy holiday that I made. I wasn't really happy with the color of yarn that I picked for her skin, so, but Roseanne said she wanted her, so Roseanne, I will send this to you, okay? Okay, so on to finished objects. I have 3. Oh yeah. Okay, so the first one I'm going to talk about is from my Crochet Iconic Women book. Oh, I love all of, oh, I can't get over how much I love this book. So I decided I'm going to try to do one woman a month, just so I can get them all done. So by the end of the year I should have done all 15 women because I started last year. So for the month of May I did Emmeline Pankhurst. And you're like, who is that? She was a British suffragette. She founded the Women's Social and Political Union. They are known for more aggressive tactics that some of the women participated in. They did hunger strikes, all that. A lot of them were arrested. So yeah. One thing that I love about this book is they always put a quote in here by the woman. So here, I love this quote too. We're here not because we are lawbreakers. We are here in our efforts to become lawmakers. That's a good one. So without further ado, here's my Emmeline Pankhurst. Look at her, how cute she is. So this button, excuse me, this button I had made last year to celebrate the 100th anniversary of the women's right to vote here in the U.S. And, so yeah, I was like, well, she needs to be wearing it, even though it's U.S. This is more, the British colors, because of course America, we have to be different, and we have to have different colors even in our women's suffrage movement. Anyway, so her head's a little floppy. Her hair, there are 24 curls here. It's like, oh my gosh. So yeah, and then you add the hat, it just makes things, her head a little more floppy. But yeah, her cute little jacket, her cute little collar. This was difficult to do too. Her hat, in the book they just had like a light green and a peach feather here. I decided to go with purple and green. Those are the colors of the suffragette movement, along with white in the British suffragette movement. And also with every woman that I do, I try to be as historically accurate as I can, and make sure like I get the right hair color and the right eye color. Now in the book, she just used like plain black 8mm eyes, safety eyes. I try to go with the correct color. So when I looked up Emmeline Pankhurst, she has violet eyes. There's only one other person that I know of in history that has violet eyes, and that's Elizabeth Taylor. So I mean, what? Now, in my little box of safety eyes, I have blue and green and brown. I have red and pink and yellow, which I'm like, why are those in the box? Anyway. But I was gonna need to order more brown ones to make sure I had enough for all of my brown-eyed ladies. So I got on Etsy. Again, there was a place I'd ordered where you can just specify, I just need brown eyes or blue eyes or whatever. It was a shop in Etsy that's located in France, and they're no longer shipping to the US. So I was like, well, okay, let me see what else I can find. So I found this. It's Glass Eyes online. And I ordered some more brown ones, and then I could get some clear ones. So hers are clear. Let me get out of my way so I'll focus on her eyes. So it's a clear eye that I got nail polish out, and I painted it so it would be purple eyes. So yeah. Now I will say, I love my brown eyes. It's my favorite feature on my face. Actually, my favorite feature everywhere. It's my brown eyes. I love them. But if I could have purple eyes, I would have purple eyes. Not gonna lie there. But anyway, so yeah, here's Emmeline with her lovely scalloped skirt. She is a little smushed because she went to Michigan with me. Anyway. So yeah, she's so cute. So now she will join the pantheon of ladies that are on my couch. Okay, finished object number 2 is my... trying to get the pattern out here. Hotel of Bees shawl. Now this is the second time I've done this pattern. I love this pattern. It is so amazing. If you haven't tried it before, you do have to purchase it, but it is worth it. The amount of detail in this pattern is amazing. So yeah, Hotel of Bees, highly recommend it. I have not read the book yet. I found it's available on Libby, so I could do an audiobook. Still kind of dilly because it's about World War II, so I'm like, I don't know. We'll see. Someday I will. The book is called All the Light We Cannot See. All the information will be in the show notes. So yeah, my shawl was living in this lovely shawl bag by Fate's Thread. The yarn that I was using is Lion brand Shawl in a Ball. This is Mindful Mauve, although this is purple. This is Feng Shui Gray. And this is all I have left of the Community Coral. Yeah. Oh, and there's some more of the purple one. Because I unwound it a bit so I could get to the colors that I wanted. So they would show up in the shawl. Okay. So, you ready to see it? Are you ready? Okay. So, last time you saw, I was here where that key is. And then I've done all this since then. And get to the lovely purple, although it's really showing up more red on camera than it actually is. But anyway. So yeah, here is the lovely shawl. There's no way I can get it all in the shot. So yeah, there's a couple of details that I did differently. So the edge here is actually supposed to be done in the second color, which is the Feng Shui Gray. So yeah, it was supposed to be edged in gray. I decided to keep the purple in just because I wanted more purple in the shawl. And also, I only did 2 of the rows instead. The third row is like a scalloped row. I don't really need that extra frou-frou-ness on this. I think it's fine just without it. So yeah, so you can see the purple on that end. Yay! So, I wanted to show you. This is my first version of it. So, you know, the yellow, the white, and then I did green. So the pattern calls for yellow, white, and gray. So I switched to green just because I thought it looked cool. This is with a worsted weight cotton. Is it worsted weight? I can't remember. It's Cascade Sunseeker. This was done several years ago. And while I love it, it just doesn't really have the drape that I kind of wanted, that I like, that I know that I like now in my shawls. So yeah, so when I did this, of course this is a thinner, well, this one kind of fluctuates in the weight of the yarn. Like it'll be really thin for a while and then you'll have a thick spot. And then I used a much bigger hook on this one, and yeah, the drape in this is just awesome. Yeah, it's only a little bit bigger. I'll post a picture here. I put both of them together so I could kind of get a glimpse at the difference, and so yeah. Also, I took this with me to Michigan. Just kind of do photo shoots with it. I wore it to dinner when we went out last night and spilled some Irish stew on it. So this definitely needs to be washed now. Hasn't been washed yet, so it will go in the laundry today. But with this one, I had taken it up with me to Michigan, and I got pictures with my parents' dog, TB, who has since passed away. So I was like, well, I have a new Hotel of Bees shawl. They have a new dog. I should get a picture of me with Tulip in the shawl. So I did. So now I have pictures with my furry little brother, my former furry little brother, and now my furry little sister, and my 2 Hotel of Bees shawls. That was a lot. Okay, and then my third finished object, not that pattern, is Lion Brand Gradient Ripple Cowl. So it's made for a mandala ombre cake. You can really see that. It's kind of blurry photo anyway. But I didn't do mandala. I had some yarn that I bought to do a cowl to represent books from one of my favorite authors. My favorite author is Lori Wick. She is a Christian author. Her books are very easy read. So if you've got a really stressful time going on, especially for me, like when I'm really stressed, like let me just reach for one of her books. They're easy to read. They're light. It's just a nice way to escape for a bit. So all these colors, like I have really random colors in here. It's just because I wanted to represent my favorite author and books that she wrote. So this is my finished cowl. Ta-da! So last time you saw was here. I was in the middle of the eggplant, and I have Sense and Sensibility book. I figured that'd be perfect book. So yeah, We have cobblestone heather, avocado, lady slipper, custard, eggplant, sky, fairy tale, tranquil, and then tide pool. And these are all Nipix Brava Sport. So yeah, there's my finished cowl. I will show you what it looks like. Because last time I told you it was only going to be 18 rows. I don't know where I got that. That's not right. Can't do math at all. It's actually 27 rows. Because I did 3 rows of each color. There's 9 colors. So yeah. So obviously that will be gone. But anyway, you get the gist of it. It's nice and big and floofy. It'll be nice to wear when I walk to work in the winter. Keep me nice and warm. For sure. Pull it up. Yeah. And I love the random colorness of it. Like, sometimes I think I want things to be in order, and then sometimes I just like random. It's just me. Chaotic. Ah. Okay. Okay, so makes in progress. For those of you who are new, I like to call them makes in progress because I don't like to think of them as work. Like, I do this for fun, so it's not work for me. So it's a make in progress. So I have 4 to show you. First one, living in my Castaway key bag from my Disney cruise, which they just posted a video of the keel laying of the new one that's coming out. Like, they're making a new Disney cruise ship. That was so cool. And for this one, instead of having Captain Mickey on the front, on the bow of the ship, they're gonna have Captain Minnie. So excited. Anyway, you're not here to talk about Disney cruises, you're here to talk about yarn. So, in this one is my color black jumper. Let me find the pattern for you. So, this is a free pattern on Ravelry. You kind of have to hunt around to find it. I will try to make sure I have a link that will take you directly to the pattern, because I think it's on Red Heart now. I can't remember. I never remember. I will put it in the show notes. So yeah, you're supposed to do different colors. I'm doing one solid color on this one. So yeah, it's a number 3 size yarn, so DK weight. Really easy. The yarn that I'm using is Yarn Bee Soft and Sleek DK, although it's not really DK, it's more of a fingering weight. And the colorway magenta, and I love this bright. bright pink. Okay, so let me show you how far I've gotten. This is the back panel. Hold on, I'm all tangled here. Okay, and this is the right side. So, ta-da, look how far I've gotten. So last time you saw, I was here. This is my ugly Christmas sweater. For your cute little sweater, progress keeper on my sweater. So yeah, I've started the arm shaping. And I told you how I wasn't sure because it's sweater pattern and it's all on one page. Like, how would that work? So there's been a few adjustments here and there, so, but it's still okay. Yeah, it is a granny stitch, so there will definitely have to be something underneath it. So yeah, right now it's still kind of just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. we'll see how much gets done once I start my new job. Okay, so that is making progress number 1. Making progress number 2 is my Bankhead hat, which is living in my lovely lemon bag, project bag made by me. So it's very dodgy. Oh, forgot to show you. I have my little drop of wonderful pin on there as well. Okay, so the Bankhead hat is, it's a free pattern on Ravelry. I know some people have decided they're going to stop using Ravelry just because they were frustrated with everything. They do have it now where you can switch it to a dark mode, which is what I have on my computer. I usually have that on my phone too, like my Facebook and everything is all dark mode just because it's less strain on my eyes. Anyway, so free pattern on Ravelry, Bankhead hat. It's a really simple hat. I'm loving it so far. It is a knit hat. The yarn that I am using is Knit Picks Wool of the Andes worsted, and I dyed this myself with food coloring, so it is pink and green and yellow. Although do that and it blows out. There you go. Pink and green, yellow, and I left some white spots on there. So I call this Tulips in the Snow. And here we are so far. Alright, so last time you saw, I was here. I was about halfway through the brim. I was a little worried when it was like 1 by 1 rib, so it's knit 1, purl 1. And I hate purling, but it actually, I got into a rhythm with that, so that was good. Then you get to the body of the hat, which is knit 4, purl 1, which you can see there. I will say though, I wasn't paying attention and I miscounted in the first row. I'm in the first row of the body pattern, and the body pattern, and I miscounted. I think I did 5 knits and 1 purl. So that threw off everything else. So I was like, well, do I want to unpick it all, or do I just leave it because it is the first row, and then it kind of blends in with the ribbing, sort of. So yeah, I was like, I'm just gonna leave it. It'll be fine. I didn't want to unpick it. But yeah, you can see how cool. And I thought I was like gonna pull like all the white would be in each section, but it's not. Like, it's shifting. It's interesting. Anyway, so there's my hat so far. I think I have to go to 9 inches of the body, and then I can start the decrease, which won't take long. I'm getting patterns and things all over the place. Because podcasting is messy. Alright. Third, making progress. Are my May socks. They're living in my lobster bag. And of course, since I'm knitting socks, I needed a strictly sock along pin on there. So my friends and I are doing a pair of socks every month. So these are my May socks. And if you know the show Friends, you know why I had to pick the lobster bag. So the yarn that I am using is from Night Owl Fibers. It is called I'll Be There For You, which is the theme song of Friends, which is one of my favorite TV shows. It is a self-striping yarn. So in this ball you can't really see all of the colors. So this is the main color, and then I asked her to dye one the color of Monica's apartment, so I have this for heels, toes, and cuffs. And then, so let me show you my socks. Ta-da! Here we go. Alright, so last you saw, I have a lobster progress keeper. Last you saw I was here. I've finished the foot. I did the heel. I did both heels actually. I will say though, I started this heel on Friday, the first half of it, when I was feeling horrible from my vaccine. So it's not that pretty. There are some tension mistakes. And then this heel I was working on at my parents' house while my mom and I were watching Moana. And I definitely skipped some of the twin stitches that I needed to make. So, but they'll be on my feet. Nobody will see it. So yeah. Here's my socks. Was there something else I was going to say about it? I can't remember. I thought there was something I was going to say. Oh well. It'll come to me later, I'm sure. But yeah, like, you have all the self-striping yarn, like, look at all those colors. And so, like, the little micro stripes, the yellow and the blue and the red are the colors of the umbrellas that they use in the theme song, and also the dots in between the letters of Friends that they always put up, same colors. Anyway. Alright, let's put all this back. Zip that one closed. Okay, what's next? Oh, my next one, living in this llama bag. This is what I take with me to my knit night at church, which is called Love Knots. Yeah, it's pretty heavy because I have a yarn bowl in here as well. So yeah, my ripple cowl that I just finished was living in here. And so we are working on making a bunch of hats to send for Crochet for Cancer. There's a chapter nearby that I can send them to as we need. Excuse me. So I kind of used this time to, I was like, well, I need to make hats. I need to work on my Hypatia slouch pattern. Like, I need to figure out, like, okay, so here is the first one that I did. You can see the lovely star stitch there. But this is a fingering weight hat, and I'm just not sure how I like the star stitch in it. I don't know, like, there's just so many things I'm like, I don't know. If it's the yarn, the variegated yarn, if that's what's bothering me, or what. So, well, I need to make a bunch of hats. I need to make them different sizes. I'll use this time to, I'll use that for, because I want to do different sizes of the hat for the hat pattern. So if you want to make a little kid hat with a Hypatia slouch, you can do that. So this is what I've started. I'm using leftovers from my sweater that I just finished. This is Red Heart Super Saver Dark Orchid. I had to go find another skein of it, which I had in my stash, don't worry. So yeah, so this is an adult hat. This is how far I've come. So I'm ready to do the star stitch. So I'm gonna spend the afternoon watching some videos on how to do it. Make sure I'm doing it correctly. And we'll go from there. So yeah, not much on that. There must have been a knot in the yarn. Anyway, so there's that. It started. And I have scraps of all kinds in here, so I can make a bunch of hats, a bunch of different sizes. So yeah, this is a hat pattern that I'm designing myself, and I named it Hypatia after an astronomer who lived a long time ago. She's pretty cool if you ever look her up. So yeah. Then, I don't know if you saw this, I decided to keep all my ends that I weave in. I was putting them in a baggie, and I was like, well, I have a cute llama thermos, but it doesn't fit in my cup holder very well, so I'll just use it to hold my ends. Anyway, okay, that's my makes in progress. Okay, so just a few more things to mention. I have one pattern that I'm going to start soon, probably by the next time I podcast. Like, what is going on with my hair now? Woke up at 5 this morning because I was in Michigan and drove all the way home. So I just want to finish this up and get this over with so I can go take a nap. But what I want to do, the next shawl that I'm going to try to make, this is Repeat Crafter Me. It is her moss stitch shawl. She used a Karen Big Cake, which is a worsted weight, I believe. I never did find out. Anyway, I am doing all my leftover fingering weight, so this is going to be a scrappy shawl, which I'm very excited about. So it's going to live in this bag. This fabric here it's very much like a fabric that my grandma had made something for me with, and I saw it in the clearance section in Hobby Lobby like a couple of years ago, and I was like, I need that. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but I ended up making a bag with it. And then I found this cute thumper pin, because that's what my parents nicknamed me before I was born. Because evidently I was a kicky baby. So I've been keeping all of my leftovers. I have bags and bags of leftovers. So I separated out. This is yarns that I've dyed myself. This is just, I even still have a mini that's not even balled up yet. This is all wool base yarn, and then this is all the acrylic fingering weight yarn I have. And then this is what I'm starting with. This is loops and thread wool-like yarn. I'll probably hold these together to start off. Figured to have a nice purple solid base for that. I'm not sure when that's gonna get started. Probably that might be like what I do in the evenings when I'm trying to relax before going to bed. Have a nice calming pattern to work on. And just, I want it to be colorful. I don't care about, I kind of want to keep the colors that I've dyed myself in a separate area, like separate from the rest of it. So I gotta use all the stuff that I've dyed. So I can, like, there's skeins of it that's ready to be made, like socks are ready to be made. I just need to do them. So yeah, this will be a very long making progress for sure. The other thing I wanted to talk about, I don't know how many of you watch Rose from Rose Likes Crochet. She has an awesome podcast. I'll link her in the show notes. But the big thing that she does right now is she's hosting a make-along. Each month is something different, but all the things you make will be donated to a domestic abuse center For women, it's called Wings. It's here in the Chicago area because Rose lives nearby. So she actually sent me some kitchen yarn, kitchen cotton yarn. And so for October, they're wanting washcloths or scrubbies. So if you are interested in making any washcloths or scrubbies, they're going to be donated for a good cause. Go visit Rose's YouTube channel. All her information is there where you can send it to. So I'm going to be working on washcloths. She said make at least one. We'll see how many I can get out of this. So she needs them. They need to be mailed to her by September so that she can send them to Wings in October. So I have it's Lincraft cotton 8-ply. It's about 50 grams. Just the color yellow. So yeah, so I will be making some yellow washcloths. Yeah, that's all I was gonna say about that. And she wrote she put a cute little llama on my envelope. Of course, it's right by my address, so I'm not gonna show it. And then I didn't know where to put this, which section to put this in, but I finally had business cards made up. I'm so excited. So, a lady from our church, she works at Staples, and so I was like, hey, can you help me design business card? Yeah. Okay. So then, she actually works at the Staples in the town where I work currently. So I was like, oh, those are done. I need to go pick them up because I won't be traveling down here very often after that. So I have business card with my logo that my wonderful brother made for me. Let me get this to focus. So yeah, there's a skein of yarn in the light bulb. And then on the back, it's all my information, all my social media information. That's all that's on there. So yeah, LoriLulu327, and then my blog is lorilulu.blogspot.com. Anyway, so there's that. So yeah, I'm excited. If we have Stitches Midwest this year, I'll definitely have these with me this time. So I can, hey, instead of saying, hey, I have a YouTube channel, I can be like, here's my card. And I was thinking of I have seen people, when they do the stitch marker swap, they put their stitch markers in here. So you get a stitch marker along with my business card. Anyway. But I have a new job, so I may have new business cards, like actual business cards. Anyway. That's all I wanted to share with you for today. Like I said, I've been up since 5 Illinois time. So I'm very tired. And I traveled 2.5 hours to get home already today. So I hope you have a great day. I'm going to go rest now. I will see you later. God bless. Bye.